Hey everybody,
I'm Caleb.
I'm Sam.
And I'm Will.
And we are Working Title! Do we used to do that?
Full Metal.
Full Metal, okay. Guys, today isn't Full Metal, it's Death Note. This is episode 31, Transfer. Last on, the pressure's on Light. Nier's coming for him, and Mello might team up with him on occasion. We'll have to see how that goes, but for now, you gotta leave a like if you enjoy these videos. You gotta subscribe if you want to stay here for more. If you want to, you can leave a comment telling us just how your day is going.
Punch it!
Yeah!
South Wing arrivals.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Oh, I forgot he is.
He's always eating chocolate.
It's the Edward Elric drip. Right, New World Order's taking over. Right.
Eggman! Dr. Robotnik.
I can see Sonic going up that skyscraper right now like the first movie.
Running around it! Follow me, set me free.
Here, you've got no choice. You better evacuate.
Right, he's being a bitch.
Nerve to say that, being Kira.
What? Are you still going on about that nonsense?
Think about it. With all the anti-Kira groups around, why is it we're being targeted and right after I start suspecting you?
Right.
Pretty convenient if you ask me.
Not to mention you're
All due respect,
gloating.
You're jumping to conclusions.
Yo, what
Members
else
of the
happened
task
there?
I don't
force,
know.
Please listen to me. Kira is likely amongst you. Even as we speak, he is in that room. I'm simply asking you to think about this carefully.
Alright.
Is Kira. This is all sounding way too familiar.
Oh
The
god.
original L also thought that Light had to be Kira.
Like, you don't even have to be intelligent or on their playing field to know it's him at this point. Damn.
Alright. Who's gonna enact the Among Us strat and just blame someone else? My favorite move. Deflect
Well, it would be
blame.
Light that does that shit.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm not gonna like it.
Nier, we have to evacuate immediately.
We'll use L's legacy and the anti-Kira protesters we hired.
Yes, but we only have one shot with that plan.
I'm aware of that, but I can't imagine a better time to do it.
Is he really taking the
Besides,
toys
it should
with
be
him?
interesting.
Yes.
Just gotta keep the Gundam always at his side.
Optimus cannot leave my side.
Is it actually Optimus?
It looks like it. Why are there just hundreds of toys?
Make him run away. Rat race style.
It's the L legacy plan. Give them money.
Sure.
It's
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Damn it! He's planning to use all this chaos to escape into the crowd. Even so, he can't escape from Demagawa's cameras.
A literal downpour of money is causing mayhem in
A
Lower
literal
Manhattan.
downpour of money.
If I was Light, I'd start writing names down, dropping random bodies, scaring people away.
All I need to do is mask up.
Damn! Nier was prepared for this situation. He's planning to come out along with the rest of them. And if I tell Aizo and the others to keep an eye on the police, it will only make me look that much more suspicious.
the police are coming out of the building. They've secured the area.
It's gonna be the toys he sees, I swear.
Where is he? He's gotta be in there somewhere.
The little one, the little kid.
I swear. Okay.
Damn it.
He is so dead.
I feel like the best thing to do is play ignorant until the moment you can, like, attack him.
Yeah.
Because otherwise he'll just write your name down. He's got to convince everybody else in silent and secret.
How much money do you think was there? Bet it was a lot.
Matsuda, knock it off!
I bet it was around $10 million or something.
Ooh, what's that in apples?
What's
Ryu.
that in apples?
Ryu, shut up.
I love the priority of this team.
Nier.
Already?
Time to gloat.
If you don't suspect the second L of being Kira by now, you're in the wrong line of work. The number I gave you the day before has been reconnected. Please feel free to call anytime you like. Well then, I'll be waiting for your call.
I've been thinking, and if any of you want to cooperate with me, please go ahead.
It looks like Steve Jobs.
I'm not particularly satisfied with the way things are going either. Ideally, we should cooperate with the SPK.
Well, you gotta get that face off. Wipe it off.
See, I wonder if he thinks that Aizawa, like, you know what I mean?
You think his buddy thinks it might be Aizawa?
Yeah.
Oh, green tint.
The Joker. Because Aizawa's being, like, super, like, focused on, like, on light, which makes sense.
When I think about Deputy Director Yagami, I don't want to suspect Light, even a little bit, but...
Dad?
Huh?
Welcome back. I didn't know you were going to be home
Oh,
tonight.
she got older.
Oh yeah, what are you still doing awake?
I've got a couple of exams coming up.
I see. Well, don't push
She's
yourself too
good.
hard, okay?
Okay. You too, Dad.
Yeah. And then it's like, are you willing to separate from them if you keep playing it?
He feels like he's gonna die if he...
I wouldn't be surprised if one of the others contacted Nier. It's inevitable. The problem is what comes after that. I've got no choice but to do it.
An emergency order from Light! Yay! Huh?
No.
No way.
Is he gonna kill all of them? He is.
Oh, the dice falling on them. Shoot.
I'm with the Japanese task force. My name is Aizawa.
No. I feel like the dice is, you know, symbolic of the towers falling.
Yeah. Of everything
Of
collapsing
the
around
dice,
us.
come on.
I know what you meant, man.
Damn.
Caleb, God damn it. What?
This is what Light wants for me. He wants me to be happy, just as a woman should be. Thank you.
No.
Wait, what?
That was a really weird scene.
I see. That's very interesting.
Cut back to
You're
that.
saying there were two suspects in the Kira investigation that the previous cell detained for more than 50 days, and they were cleared based on the 13-day rule, correct?
Then on the way, the Deputy Director pulled over and pointed a gun at the suspects. He said that he would first kill Kira, then himself.
The idea was that if he were Kira, the suspect would have killed the chief right then and there.
Will that be enough, Nier? Shouldn't you have pressed for a little more information?
I think that all things considered,
Dude,
his
his-
level of cooperation is fine
theme
for now.
is incredible.
Besides, I discovered something very important. The person suspected of being Kira is Deputy Director Yagami's son.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna figure that
It's
one
the
out.
only possible explanation.
Why would he want to
else
kill
would the
himself?
Deputy Director say
Yeah.
he would kill Kira
Yeah.
than himself?
Yep. Damn.
Therefore, that means the second L and the person I think is Kira can only be one man.
Light Yagami.
Light Yagami.
Oh.
Ah, Nier, man. What a fucking smart little cookie.
There's something you should know. I phoned Nier and talked to him.
Okay, and?
Don't worry about it. After all, I was the one who recommended it. So, what did the two of you end up discussing? No, on second thought, I probably shouldn't ask. I guess it's not appropriate for me to ask those
Yeah,
kinds
the
of
little
questions.
smirk
about
on
a
his
suspect.
face as he says, I shouldn't know.
Don't get me wrong. I want to believe that you aren't Kira, but I've got to be certain. I'm going to search your place right now. There's a possibility that Amane might have a notebook.
Hang on a second, Aizawa. No, go right ahead. Look at it this way. At least you can prove to everyone that I'm not sneaking around and contacting Misa in private, right?
As he texts his girlfriend on the computer. Motherfucker, move!
Plan number 3 in action.
Mo, what are you doing here?
I'm coming with you. I want to make sure, too.
What if they suss out
don't need,
Aizawa?
no, I was gonna say we need the people back with L or Light
Any
to
evidence
watch.
on her that connects her with Kira, then
We shouldn't have split up.
I want to know what he told Misa to do.
Well, I'm willing to bet you're right. Something's gonna happen, and these two are gonna go back, and Light's gonna say it's Matsuda or the other guy. I swear, if that's true,
it feels like they're
crazy. That'd be crazy.
Someone is gonna blame one. Like they're gonna pull some trickery.
Monchi-chi! Long time no see, you two!
Bro.
Light hasn't been home at all lately, so I've been super bored.
Oh, damn it. He got to her. He got to her.
Well, he gave her the instructions.
I know, I just hate
investigating a
Light.
tip that there were explosives planted in Al's house. We think it's a prank, but we'd like to check the rooms just in case.
Search as much as you like, Aizawa. You won't find the notebook.
I wouldn't like all this suspicion to ruin the atmosphere around here.
This isn't a social club. I think Aizawa and Mogi should do as they see fit.
It's time for Kira's kingdom.
Of course he watches it. Of course you turn cloak.
He has turned.
Greetings,
Bro.
all my fellow Kira worshippers.
Freaking eyes wide shut cultists.
Of our god Kira. Behold!
Oh God.
This is the new Kira's kingdom, which shares its name with this program. Its construction is going smoothly, but will depend on the generous support of our loyal viewers.
They're big. Oh my God! It's a big, huge cult.
It's like the Game of Thrones Red God. Holy cow.
Bad taste.
Hey, so is everything okay?
Oh yeah, seems like it was just a prank. But just in case, one of us is gonna stay and keep watch over you for the next few days.
Really? Oh, that would be great.
Mogi, why don't you go back to headquarters? I'll stay on guard here.
Bro, he is
And
getting
Monchi-chi
pinned.
instead of Mochi?
What's wrong? Don't you trust me?
No, you're just not Monchi-chi without your old haircut. You're not cute anymore.
Mogi.
Yes, sir, my apologies.
All right, you stay.
We are
Who
now
got gaslit
accepting
because his haircut sucks
starting
now?
at the million-yen mark
This
towards
makes
the
me sick.
completion of Kira's kingdom.
It doesn't even seem like Kira's style.
Demigawa. He's just acting on his own now. If he keeps doing this, he'll end up pushing people away from Kira. I don't need him anymore.
What is
I
happening?
can't do much at the moment.
Hey, welcome back, Aizawa.
We didn't find a notebook in Light or Misa's room.
Next on the program, it's time for me to introduce the new leaders I've chosen for Kira's kingdom.
What?
First gentleman is...
Delete. I was gonna say, who was the guy with the red eyes?
We will unite with Kira and work with him!
Who is this?
Damn!
Delete.
This guy's got style. Is it the other
Sasuke
Death Note?
Uchiha?
Save me!
Bang.
And delete.
Damn. See ya, Demigawa. Holy crap. What is
Misa gave
happening?
up her notebook.
Okay.
Misa
Okay.
gave up her notebook.
What the hell is this? Why would Kira kill his own supporters?
Do you think it's because they're going overboard with this?
That might be a possibility. But this is horrible.
What's going on? There was no chance for either Misa Amane or Light to use the notebook to kill Demigawa.
It seems I was right to choose him for this.
Oh,
He understands Kira's
okay.
beliefs and ideals perfectly, and he knows what Kira wants and doesn't want.
Talk about an
Thanks to that,
acolyte.
He
Holy
takes
shit.
action without needing my orders. I saw him trying to speak to Kira through the television broadcasts. It was clear he worshipped Kira from the bottom of his heart. He would understand that he was chosen simply by receiving and accepting the notebook. There was no mistake in my selection.
Prosecutor.
Teru Mikami. He's more than worthy of becoming the hand of Kira.
Shinigami, thank you for coming to
Okay.
me. Now I'll be able to punish evildoers with death.
Holy shit.
God.
What?
Teru Mikami.
What the fuck, dude?
Teru.
Yay! One more Kira.
Oh, Hell yeah, dude.
Always gotta pass it on to the next.
7 Kiras later.
Every single time.
Let's go.
That's it.
Allergy gang.
That's gonna be my death rattle. It's gonna be one allergy sneeze, and I just go.
Yeah, literally.
Pretend that it was allergies. Dude, this episode.
Caleb dies of allergies at 7:58 p.m.
Oh no! You have 1 minute left. Say hi or bye to everybody.
What? And his brain explodes.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm already liking this new stuff. I didn't like the first few episodes, like 26, 27, 28, like the intro to Mello and Nier that much. Especially when I first watched it a long time ago, but everything post, basically the new stuff I've watched. Yes, last, 2 days ago's episode and today, I'm really liking where we're heading. If this is like the trajectory we're heading towards, it feels like it's ramping up. And nothing feels like it's going to be slowing down from here on out. I hope it keeps that pace, if I'm being real.
Yeah.
Well, the finale's not that far away. We have... This was 31, right?
Yeah.
We only have 7 more, so I preferably, I'd like them to keep this pace. I'm really surprised they introduced a new Kira.
Yeah.
Though, it doesn't seem like it's going to be this, like, Misa, we got to figure out who it is, because they introduced us to him right away. We already know why he's here. We know his reasonings.
Yeah. He was picked.
Yeah.
He was handpicked. As like you said, the acolyte of Kira, the hand of Kira. So,
right. And I expected a lot more of this too. Like Misa was a rare example, a rare case because she already had Death Note, rather than being selected by Light. So I had expected a long time ago when I watched the show that there'd be somebody like him, not a Misa. So I'm very happy that this is a thing that they're doing now. Because it makes sense. People sided with him immediately in like the first 4 episodes. So I thought there would be people like they said Teru Mikami.
Yeah, Teru Mikami.
Yeah, I expected somebody like this guy to show up, so it makes sense that he's in this.
Yeah. Only took most of the series to get to that point, but it did feel like this was like a necessary progression, especially when Light is in a corner. Like this. It was a good call for the survival of Light.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It still feels like Aizawa is getting sussed out. I don't know.
Right. My heart's kind of beaten. I wasn't the biggest Aizawa fan when I watched this show, but as I was watching this episode today, I felt like this new type of excitement in my chest watching this, and it made me think of my relationship with the show The Office. Wow, everybody knows what it is, but that show I had watched, but I never finished it to its finale. Mm-hmm. So for many years, because that show's been out for over a decade, I had watched the first few seasons, and then it almost became this never-ending joy. I didn't want to know how it ended, so I always recycled after I got to a certain point, and then just started over, as many people do with their favorite shows. Sometimes you just don't want it to end. And this was unintentional, because I just never got back to it, and I wasn't the biggest anime guy at the time. But now, just on a rewatch process, it's weird because I had already closed the door on characters that I thought wouldn't play a role or a big role, because I never knew how the story ended. So actually, Aizawa taking a big role in this is surprising to me. I didn't think he would play such a role. I thought he was somebody who got written off, and in honesty, I forgot that he returned when they get the Death Note again. I thought he was written out of the show back in that episode 18 when Matsuda and him have their episodes. Yeah. I didn't think he came back. So 1, I'm happy he's back. 2, I'm very happy he's playing the prominent protagonist we're following now that Nier's kind of his own case, Mello's questionable, and Chief Yagami's dead. I like that it's him. I feel like it's appropriate because he was somebody who was hardcore kind of anti-L in a weird way too, like his conduct, while also pursuing that justice to attack Light.
Yeah.
And now it's cool that he's kind of filling in that justice section for our crew for L. In my mind, not aesthetically as close as Nier, but still as convicted as L.
Yeah.
I'd say he's a fair contender to be one of those guys too. Not intellectually,
no,
but the heart he has.
Yeah, I mean he is he's the key to it all right now.
Sure.
He's, I mean, all 4 of the team is really a key, but he's the only one that's actually acting on anything.
Right, and I'm excited. Caleb was talking about before we started, like he doesn't like Nier too much, and like I can get behind that. Like that's a fine assessment, and like I'm sure there's during this part in the show, there's Nier fans, Mello fans, Light fans, obviously, L sympathizers, or he's gone now.
Yeah,
I'm on Team Aizawa personally.
Yeah,
and Nier's not too bad for me. I like Mello's style, but he's kind of being an obstacle to get over.
Yeah.
Light, I can't stand at all,
Yeah.
even though he's super fun to be in the show. But I'm an Aizawa fan. I didn't think that would be where I'm placing my chips.
Yeah.
Because Matsuda is just an
Adult.
idiot, dude. He's an idiot and an unintentional turncloak. And we should have known, because they did tease that back earlier in the show. He was very sympathetic with the idea of, well, he's killing people that are evil.
Yeah, he's brought it up before. Of like, is he actually the bad guy right now?
Yeah, is that a bad thing? And they kind of goofed around about that with the chief. Like, don't tell people that out loud, kind of thing, because we need to keep an image.
Yeah.
And now it's like he's tuning in to watch the
time to watch the
propaganda show.
Guys, Kira Kingdom's on.
Yeah, he had the time and everything. He knew the time that it comes on. He was prepared.
I got it on TiVo. I'm excited.
And he's
on the Tubi.
And
Turn on Tubi.
His mind's not in the game. He's talking about the money, which I get. Money's come down, but
Matsuda's just an idiot. Literally, I don't think since they've been in this apartment after this like hotel room, apartment, whatever, since Chief Yagami died, I don't think I've seen Matsuda have a computer open or do anything. He's just been sitting there drinking coffee, watching Kira Kingdom.
I feel like his buddy, the guy who ditched out, is more of a part of it now. The guy who's like been talking with Aizawa behind the scenes. The not the bowl cut, but
he kind of looks like he looks like a not as like OD version of Randall from Recess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not not the big nose.
That's a crazy pull.
Does he not look like him?
I haven't thought about the show Recess in like 5 years, so yeah, that's pretty funny.
I haven't thought about it in like over a decade, so yeah.
That show was fire.
It was a great show.
Recess reaction?
I was barely allowed to watch it when I was
Why?
a kid.
There's nothing bad in it.
I don't know. I think it looked like it was Adult Swim type of show.
It was on Disney.
Dude, I don't know.
It was on every morning before I went to school.
It's also interesting, this is random, I feel like we may have brought this up already, but I like how like Nier and Mello are like the 2 pieces of L, like the sweet, like having the sweets, because Homeboy's always eating a chocolate bar.
They're quirks.
And Nier is like very like, the knee up, fidgeting with something, stacking things together, Because Al was either playing with his food or eating the chocolate or eating sweets at that point.
I think it's a nice way for the hardcore L fans to like still find their little like quirky characters.
Yeah.
That I'm not overly crazy about. That was like one of the things I'm sure it distracted you two on the toe watch through. All the times he tweedles them. I'll say that their little things they enjoy aren't as annoying.
They're not.
Chocolate's a normal thing. I twirl my hair constantly, so it feels a little bit better than having to have zoom-ins on the toes. So I'll take it. I'll take it, even if it's doubled up and 2 different things over the one thing.
It doesn't.
I'll prefer the toes over the 2 split.
No way.
I don't care about these 2 new guys.
Well, that's
Do you care
fine.
about anything in the show?
Not particularly.
God damn it, Caleb.
He's tuned out.
Well, now the new lore with Matsuda, whatever, is cool.
With Matsuda?
Not Matsuda, Aizawa.
Oh, Aizawa, yeah.
Yes.
They finally introduced something that's like, I can get behind this. They're doing things I care about kind of again.
Well, and the show's, that's what I mean. Like, the show does feel like it's ramping up. It felt a little stagnant when L died. And I was like, okay, well, what do we have? What really do we have left?
It felt stagnant when people stopped thinking it was Light doing bad shit.
Right.
And they're just like, I can't, who's doing this? I want someone to always be suspicious of Light, because that's where my entertainment of the show came from.
Sure.
Is Light squirming because not everyone trusts him.
And it's fun, too, for somebody who has such a complex to not have that freedom and always be in this, like, kettle that's on fire and trying to escape it. And it's nice that it's back to that, because I feel like he thought it was going to be easy. And there's just been so many things that have come up after this 2-year jump or whatever it is. But, like, that's why I was saying the criticism. Like, when he died, a reason I tuned out for one reason, and then I had those follow-up episodes that were kind of, slow. They had rockets shooting off, new characters that weren't as interesting, and I was like, okay. And there wasn't this whole new bit, and then Chief Yagami died, and I was like, I'm out.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to say that these past 2 episodes, it's very refreshing, especially that it's been several years, to have that be the first thing that's fresh and new to me. Because I actually think these past 2 episodes are really good.
Yeah, I agree. They have been pretty good.
And there's no stagnation anymore. We're back to it. Light's under the hot seat. It's even worse than it was, in my opinion, when we first picked up with Elle as his antagonist.
Yeah, there was a lot of room to wiggle when Elle was around. There was a lot of plays that Light could have made. I feel like Light's on his last legs. There isn't much more he can do at this point.
Right.
There's not that many more tricks he can have up his sleeve. And I could be wrong, but I just feel as if there's not much more room for him to escape that. Like, this will work. This will be a good, charade to mask who is actually Kira, because he's actively not doing the killing. But
and that's the thing too. There's so many people at risk now that are like our main cast, and that's why I was bringing up like that, the fact that my idea of what the show was hadn't resolved. So in my mind, all these characters get to go off and live the life under Kira, but it looks like a lot of them are going to be targets. They did the little kind of the tease, I would say, with the dice dropping on them, which is like they're bound to probably fall, maybe soon or not, if optimism is what it does and helps us out in this scenario. Hopefully. But like today, Light he got put under the fire and called out by Aizawa in front of everybody. He openly said that he's going to go investigate the place. Misa's been given instructions to follow suit. Either Mogi or Aizawa is probably going to be blamed for something. It's just a separation. When you say everybody in this room is suspect, and then you start to splinter them off as crazy stuff happens.
And everybody is present except for Mogi when people start dying.
Right. You lose confidence in your allies. Like, who will Mogi now think? Because he's now disassociated from it. Will Light try to throw the blame on him? Will Misa try to do some victim blaming on him for something that he'll do to get another one down? I mean, it doesn't matter. We can start eliminating these people however we want and do it like, who knows? Misa's dangerous and a dedicated follower.
Well, she doesn't, but now she doesn't know anything. She relinquished.
Right, but she still has that evil nature, that crazy, obsessive nature.
She does. She just doesn't have any knowledge as to, like, what is Kira. Or rather, who is Kira. So she's not going to have, like, a leg in the race of, other than defending Light if need be. But
that's what I meant. That's why I said more of, like, maybe accusing him of something, and then they have a bad vision on Mogi. That's why I'm trying to like lay out all the potential. The most likely one to die is Man from Recess, if there was somebody to go down first, because they brought him back for hopefully a story reason. Randall. We'll call him Randall.
He's being called Randall for the rest of the time. I don't care what his real name is.
That's fine.
Randall.
We called the other guy Connie in his short term on the show.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Rest in peace, the little homie.
Tiny homie.
And then Matsuda's kind of a loose cannon. He could side with Light pretty easily at this point.
He's just a follower, bro. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
He showed like some instances of like doing shit on his own a little bit earlier on, and now it's like full give up. I'm going to just follow behind this guy.
And now he could step up to the plate, but I fear like it will. I fear like it will only happen if something drastic happens, like his buddies start to get killed, and then he realizes that he's the follower who's let this all happen, and be like, well, it's obviously the guy I'm left with.
Yeah.
And at that point, Matsuda's the hero.
Way too late.
Yeah. What was Matsuda going to do?
I don't get
Light,
it.
are you evil?
Yeah. I don't even know what Nier's supposed to do at this point. Start chucking Optimus Prime at Light.
Well, I don't know. That's the thing is, again, we have... I know now, even though now we're all on the side of, like, this is, like, magic, there's shinigamis, it's mystical, spiritual warfare happening, you know, on top of everything else. I mean, are they going to get, like, the authority to just go and whack Light? Is that... You know what I mean? Because they're not... Ultimately, they're not going to have proof that he's actually doing it.
Right.
You know? L had the proof at the time.
Right.
With all of the information, like, cornering him in. But, you know, Aizawa just kind of gave a brief summary of, Light got cleared this, or the two people got cleared by this is how it all happened. He didn't give the whole 9 information of, like, the FBI was only watching this group, and then it was really only watching this group, and the first guy that died was the one that was watching Light Yagami. Like, you know, we're not going to get all that information that would actually be,
well,
you know...
Yeah.
A way to, like, nail him with this. So.
That almost makes me think, like, all this, it will be Matsuda who will have to be the one, because Matsuda even said exactly what you said about the nailing Kira in the coffin, because somebody brought up, well, what are we supposed to do once we figure out it's actually, whoever it is actually Kira? How are we going to prove it to the general public? And he had brought up, well, it doesn't matter. We'll have to just punish him at the fullest extent of the law, even if it's in private, because that's what he deserves. Because ultimately, it won't matter what the general public thinks. We just have to do what has to be done. It's kind of like Mace Windu having to kill Palpatine. He's too dangerous to be kept alive. It doesn't matter what the public's opinion is.
Well, the problem is that there is now a worldwide cult of people that, you know, either someone will just pick up the spiritual mantle of Kira, but won't actually enact. Like, they won't be able to do the killing, or, you know, they tell everybody, hey, we killed Kira, and then people go ballistic, and, you know, the world crumbles. Society falls apart.
I love how fast it became a cult. Or not fast. It's been this, like, whole show in 2 years, but it feels like as soon as we had, like, the time skip or whatever, it's like
worldwide cult.
Murdering to, damn, we got a big old cult. And then they got the what's his face? The fat dude's name? It's like
Dead.
Demigawa's just, like, running with it. Like, I'm starting a cult, guys.
And see, that was the problem, is, like, we were able to keep Light on a leash up until L's death. And then after that, we had the recap episode that basically showed that it's not going to get boring from here on, because now I get to do the New World Order. I get to have this 2-year skip where people start to, well, I think the skip had already happened, but regardless, he'll be able to start to manipulate the world and start to interact on a greater scale. People will start to bend the knee. He was able to go over to the U.S. and make them bend pretty quickly. Also, just jumping right back, another reason why it could be Masuda that steps up to the plate is last episode 2, he also had brought up, I know that my feelings are this way and are kind of in agreement with Kira. At the same time, I know what my job is as a police officer.
Yeah.
So it could be that the story's setting that up as well. And while I would never think of Matsuda in any particular spotlight for this show, we only have a few contenders left that can take Kira out. And that's Aizawa and company, and then our 2 little kids. So the only tricky thing is I don't know how we're going to deal with Teru. How do you prove Teru? How do we get in contact with the new random guy? Like, that's the trump card at this point. I don't know how we get in contact with him.
Well, also, it's like, how do you make sure on Light's end, how do you make sure that the guy doesn't... Now you're under surveillance. You don't have the opportunity to communicate with him. You think that he's going to do everything that Kira would want, but what happens when what happens if this guy somehow figures out who's on the Kira task force, and that there's a new L trying to capture him, and he's not smart enough to deduce that second L is also new Kira, you know, and just kills. Like, that would be, oh my god, that would almost be so poetic. If Kira kills Light because he thinks he's trying to stop Kira, that would be cool.
And then the world still keeps a Kira, I guess.
Yeah. Which means Light wins ultimately, but he doesn't get to enjoy his victory.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's still somewhat more fair than him winning a full 100% victory, which I still would take satisfaction in, but I don't know.
I'll take whatever I can get. I want him to lose so bad.
Would you be satisfied with he still wins, but he dies?
Oh, for sure. I want him to not be able to, like...
enjoy his victory.
Enjoy any of the benefits of becoming a god. Even if he does, quote-unquote, win. Or whatever a win looks like for him.
And see, that's why I almost want him to, like, be... whatever happens to people who use Death Note, this purgatory they go to...
I want to see it.
It would be so fun for him to just watch a victory that he doesn't get to revel in. He has to watch it from a backseat perspective.
I don't even want to see him... I want him to know that he failed and he won't get to see any other result.
That's even funnier. I guess.
Because then he gets to just think in his head what may have not happened.
He doesn't think anything at that point. He's just out. He has his last few minutes on Earth and then he's like, well, damn. Purgatory.
That's given if he had sentience in the purgatory.
Sure, okay, yeah.
So he's just like in a purgatory, just a gray nothing, thinking, what could I have done better? Or what could I have done different to win?
I'm very happy with where we are currently. Yeah. I'd say just keep on ramping it up how it's going, and I feel like it'll be a promising finale.
I want more Death Notes.
I'm okay. I'm okay with the amount we have.
Give me every Death Note.
I'm okay with
every Shinigami up in Shinigami Heaven needs to come down and give someone a Death Note.
Did the Cell Shinigami take his Death Note and leave? He's gone from the story?
The what?
The Cell.
He's calling the bug one Cell.
Oh my God.
Dragon Ball Cell.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, he's gone. Okay. Just wanted to make sure. Any last thoughts?
No, the Cell.
Y'all, if you want to see more Dragon Ball content, whoa, leave a comment down below. Let us know your favorite moment from the Dragon Ball series. I mean, Death Note. We love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. Punch it. Oh. You know what I immediately thought of as I did that?
What?
A place between space and time.
Just kidding, y'all. I'm from the beautiful city of Chicago. Woo!
And I was hoping you'd pick up on it too as you looked over at me.